Welcome.
Hi, I'm Bob, and this is Let's Get Retro. I haven't had a video for ages. I've been doing college stuff, I've been working on some projects, I've been working on a game which I'm hoping to release at some point before the end of this millennia. Don't get your hopes up, it's not very good, but it's a little bit of RPG fun for you. So I figured, how could I get videos up really quickly? So rather than, because what happens is I start doing a video and then I faff a bit with the editing and then I forget to do it and it just drags on, and then I say, I'll start again, and so no procrastination. Figured, how do I get it up? Straight in there, straight up, no lube, onto the internets. So no intros or anything. It's just me and a crappy camera and even crappier television. The reason, by the way, I'm showing you games on by filming a CRT, which is never a good idea, is that I'm having awful problems getting the RF signal from my trusty Atari VCS Junior to the PC. So even though everything's PAL, which is the region kind of ideal, and it's just coming out black and white. So I'm going to try and use a VCR, an old VCR I have as a hookup between the two. But in the meantime, I thought I'd show you a couple of things I've bought recently. Anyway, I'm going to show you this, which is, I don't know if you can see it there. Is it going to autofocus? I don't care. Super Breakout. And it's, I really can't see where this will be on the view screen. It's, I don't know if you can see the lovely 2001 A Space Odyssey style. Look at it, it's Interstellar, the VCS game. There's Matthew McConaughey, and there's other Matthew McConaughey, and there's Fifth Dimension aliens and whatnot, and yeah. Not really. Okay, that's Super Breakout. I'm going to show you, actually, to give you an idea, I'm going to show you Breakout first with its 1970s tennis-based logo and pictures and whatnot. 1978 Atari, and this is also 1978 Atari. It was a good year for Breakout fans. A breakout year for Breakout fans, some would say, if they didn't know sense of humour and were just terrible people. So, Breakout, first of all, it's, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's the son of Pong and probably the grandson of Arkanoid, which I suppose makes it the great granddad of, I don't know, Shatter or the whatever kind of Arkanoid style games are out there on Steam. Actually, Shatter's pretty good. I think it's called Shatter, the nice 3D one. Yeah, it's basically a bat, as you can see there. Bat out of hell. Actually, no, not that kind of bat, just a flat bat. Or paddle, some might say. And there are bricks, and there's a ball, and you can probably see where this is going. Ball, hit, paddle, hit bricks, bricks go bye-bye, ball come back down until the ball is lost, and then I am sad. Repeat until you run out of lives. The other reason I'm not emulating this, by the way, other than the fact that emulation is dirty and filthy, when my ORF didn't work, the first thing I thought was, right, I could maybe do a bit of dirty, filthy emulation. You miss out on this, the paddle. It's a paddling. Picking out the Breakout carts, that's a paddling. Yeah, basically, it's a feel you just don't get with your, volume will work. There we go. Is this the right? Yeah, sorry, just talk amongst yourselves there. Yeah, it's basically a feeling you don't get with. You don't get with emulation. So there we go. So score up the top. 5 is balls, like 3-axis commanders in World War II with 5 balls between them. Okay, that was a really kind of torturous joke there. I do air quotes for the joke part, but I don't have hands free. So yeah, basically I'm hitting the ball, which is square. Just imagine you had to use your imagination back then. It was a simpler time. And I don't know if you can see there, and you probably can't because hopefully this is zooming in a bit. But as the ball goes up, when it hits the part of the screen where the blue bricks are, it turns blue, and then when it goes through the space where a brown brick can be, a brown brick would be, it goes brown, and so on. So it's as if there's colour bands over the screen. So obviously they couldn't assign, they could only assign colours to parts of the screen instead of sprites and whatnot. One of those lovely tricks they used to use. Oh, it's so fast. One of those lovely tricks they used to use back in the day. It's not quite as good as the original colour version of Space Invaders, which just had cellophane across your screen. But getting cellophane, unless they gave you coloured sellotape with your console, and otherwise it would look like that. Whoa! It's all going crazy. So yeah, once it hits these ones up here, it goes crazy. So let's see, can I tell you anything interesting before I die horribly? Breakout was made by Atari on the success of Pong. It was worked on by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. At the mention of its creators, it suddenly goes nuts. If I remember rightly from the paragraph or two I read from Steve Jobs' biography, he was an Atari employee back in the days when they were all stoner hippies, and it was like a company full of Big Lebowskis. Well, of course, that's just my opinion. He basically subcontracted his mate Steve Wozniak to do either work, or all of the work, or some of the work, or a value of work where work is between very little and lots. So it was the first kind of working together, really, of the Apple guys, led, of course, to the Apple Newton, and then they went bust, and I'm sure nobody's ever heard them again after that. So anyway, this is why I don't do live twitching, or Twitch streams, because I mean, a guy trying to talk while he hits a ball and bat is not. I mean, unless I could have, they're just, from what I've seen of them, other than the police being called and them being swatted and whatnot, the only other thing live streamers tend to do is go, "Oh my god, I don't believe I just hit the ball! No, it's blue! It's blue! Oh my god, I can't believe that it's blue!" And just being surprised by, "There are things moving on the screen! Jesus Christ!" My neighbours have probably called the police now, actually. There you go, that's what the swatting really happens. They hear some guy screaming and shouting at nonsense, and they go, "Jesus Christ, he's probably a terrorist. He's a terrorist. Let's get Homeland Security." And, because America. So yeah, that's probably the real reason. But yeah, I'm basically saying that people that do live streams can be very loud sometimes, and excitable. I get the hang of this. So anyway, yeah. Breakout. It doesn't look like fun, but it really actually is. And again, that the tactile feel of moving this bad boy around is fantastic. And it's actually so intuitive. It's been downhill ever since we got rid of paddles. What is this safe breaking game? Yeah, I tend to pick up paddle games a lot for the Atari VCS or the Atari 2600 because they can't beat them. It's so responsive and smooth. Generally, like it's very. Oh wow! I can't see. If I was trying to do that with a joystick now, I'd be all over the shop. That's my soundtrack, folks. My jam. But yeah, okay. Let's show you some Super Breakout again. So again, released the same year. So I suppose in a way it's kind of like this, the forwarder of DLC. Think you know Breakout? Think again. It's Super Breakout. And it's the more arcade style screen there, Tate mode, as shooter aficionados are wont to say, or having to turn my monitor sideways mode, as I tend to call it. I say M a lot, I know, it's been mentioned in videos. Well, in fairness, you try to be entertaining while struggling really hard at playing video games. I know I am. It's a lie, I was never entertaining at all. Yeah, so again, same tricks. I honestly, off the top of my head, because I did no research whatsoever, I'm just going purely on memory alone for this. It's the same development team. And it's pretty much more the same, more interesting levels. I don't think there's anything much other than it's a little bit more, it feels a little bit more polished. And the ball bouncing back in a slightly different way. It's very interesting how the ball bounces back. It's not true physics, because it can sometimes go through a brick when it's not supposed to. So I'm assuming it's only if it hits the center of the brick. The graphics are a little bit better, a little bit more well defined. It still has that little trick of changing the ball colour. I bet they said that as a feature. Amazing, ball changes colours in real time play. I think as well, the more hits it gets, the faster it gets. The interesting thing, by the way, is if I remember rightly, the likes of the early games, all the Pong ones and Breakout arcade games and stuff like that, weren't actually software, they were hardware games, in the sense that there's no ROMs to emulate because they were basically a circuit, which is really cool. The nerdy kind of way. Alright, it's all over now. Yeah, hiding that there. And I've made a nice little... I don't know if you know, that was all deliberate. It's actually a picture of a tanker in the water, upside down. Yeah, I'm not getting away with that, am I? Yeah. So have I any other? I'm trying to think. I think I've shown you Night Driver before, but these are supposed to be quick videos. What's going on? I just show you Night Driver because it's... Alright, first of all, it's the only game I know on the VCS that looks better in black and white. Okay? Now, let me show you this. Y'all ready for this? As a man once said on a video that I saw on the internet. Is it pressing select? Doing anything? There we go. Alright, so accelerator. And steering wheel thing. Now, fortunately, due to the way I have it set up, the car disappears completely in black and white mode. So it's oh, hang on, is that a feature, or is it just that I? Right, let's. No, it's just messed up. Yeah, again, it's hard to describe this, but you get a real feeling of speed, even though you're a little two funny shaped H's stuck together, and you're driving through a road made out of sticks stuck in the road. It's made out of glow sticks left over from early 90s raves. Yeah, I'm playing really badly here just because I'm trying to think of funny things to say and failing. Alright, look, that's it for now. Actually, will I do one more? Okay, RealSports tennis. This has to be. This can't use the joystick. Although, hang on. Let's see. I've never played this. This is the problem. It's 1987 Atari Corp Limited. This is actually, honestly, I have not played this before. It's for this terrible thing that everyone used to do with their NES cartridges that shouldn't work. Alright, well, nice logo there. It's actually 1983. One player first. Okay, is that... This is going to need a joystick, isn't it? Boo! Boo! It needs a joystick. So I'll have a quick look before we adjourn back to our dying lights and back to our Skyrims and whatever the kids be playing these days. Oh dear! He's suddenly got a big head. Pro tip, folks, don't knock a cartridge out of its slot when you're in the middle of trying to play it. Alright, oh, you've got to name yourself. Well, that'll be Z. Mother of God, why does this not work? Alright, A. Why you no work? Ah, the old AA. Alright. So, you basically hold down the button to control the bat. It's actually not bad, it's nice and fluid. I mean, one of the things you associate with a get in the net. No, get out of the net. That's where you want to get out of the net. I'm serving. It's obviously not as good as the NES Mario Tennis, which I actually really miss because I used to play that on the Pro Choice. No, not Pro Choice. That's something very different. The Choice 10 or whatever the hell it was called. Let's make people pay to play NES games. The Pro Choice arcade cabinet was something very, very different. It's actually really nice. It actually looks like a really good two-player game. Wow, look at that! A bit of a rally there and everything. The good kind, not the Nazi kind. Right, can I do any special spin? No. Oh! Hey! Man versus machine. Man slightly better than machine, but not by much. He's stuck in an infinite loop, but I'm an idiot. Oh, right, there you go. A couple of things you can control when he's gonna serve, or unless I've been really lucky, and just happen to press the button when he serves. Ooh. But it's actually really good. I'm glad I picked this up. I've bought a lot of games. I'm gonna be covering some real gems and a couple of stinkers, and some that are actually managed to be both somehow. Stinky gems. If it's one of those things that I don't know if pulling the joystick back or forward when I'm hitting it is actually making any difference. It feels like it kind of might be, but it could just be my imagination. It's like having, you know, go faster stripes. There's a long ball there. This is actually genuinely good. And I mean, I know I collect video games, you'd think, you know, but in fairness, the problem with Atari VCS games is that, compared to what came after, Deuce! What to do with him going to the poo on the court. Yeah, but compared to what came shortly after, there's not a lot of gameplay. You know, but this is just really enjoyable. I'm definitely going to have him. How many games like this is definitely going to be on there. It does look like he's got a giant fist, in fairness though. It's like, it's the guy from Bionic Commando, and he's walking like an Egyptian back and forth. Hey there, just to finish up, the battery on my phone died, so I've had to just put this little ending here. Yeah, I'm going to redo Super Breakout again. There's 2 other modes in it that I actually totally missed, and there's a bit of scrolling, and there's another one, so it is actually really different from Breakout. So I'm going to be showing you that in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm going to do lots of these videos, but they're just going to be a lot shorter than normal. But this is nearly getting to 20 minutes, I think, at this stage, which is a lot of Atari. Yeah, and there's the lovely tennis man in his tennis shorts playing tennis. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching the videos. I'm going to try and put one up at least every week. It'll only be a quick one. But I'm going to be doing Atari VCS stuff for the next week or two, and then I'm going to be moving on to some Sega stuff, and I'm going to be doing some virtual reality stuff as well. I got a Google Cardboard, and I got the Rift, and I'm going to do some more stuff, and it's all going to be cool. Anyway, thanks for listening and watching, guys, and I shall see you next time. Bye.